WRUD 820. You listening down there to Cena? WSEA 831, WSGM 863. You still in there, Chris?
WRUD 820 monitoring.
Oh, WRUD 820. What's going on down the flatland?
Oh, not a whole lot of nothing. That's about the way it's been going here. Had a couple things to do these past few days. I got them done. Just sitting out here now relaxing. How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good, I guess. Got some kind of bad news today I wasn't looking forward to. Me and my sister sat huge in this morning trying to get my Social Security started. We could get so far and everything stopped. She finally just called Social Security, and she thought you could start applying, or were supposed to start applying before your birthday. But then when she got a hold of somebody, the woman told her that you had to wait 30 days, 30 calendar days after your birthday to get started. So there you go. Always something.
Tom at WRW 8651.
Go ahead, John.
Well, Lee, I heard you talking about that, and I didn't want to get into your business because, it's just not nice to get into people's business. But I heard you talking about that, and I wanted to key up and tell you that you had to wait till after your birthday to do the paperwork. But I didn't want to rain on your parade, and I had to do the same thing. Start before. No, the paycheck 6 months late. It's going to be like a bunch of paychecks together. The whole thing's aggravation, buddy. I didn't want to rain on your parade, but that's how it's going to go. It'll be a while before you get that money. It won't come the next day.
Roger that. Well, I'll just say this. Anytime you can tell me something that's going to help me out, I'm going to appreciate it. I ain't going to take it personal. If you can tell me something you'll help me out, I sure appreciate it.
Well, now that I know that that's the case, yeah, that's why I told you, even when you apply a month after your birthday, it's still going to take another 6 months before you get a paycheck, because they got to go through all this rigmarole, looking up all the stuff of where you worked before, and they got to get all this by the head honchos, like you're there, And by the time they do all that, it takes them about 3 to 6 months, and then you finally get a paycheck, and it's a back paycheck. Sure enough, that's the way it goes. They ain't gonna change the system for nobody. Ain't gonna speed it up for nobody. So it'll be 6 months after you're 65 years old, or you can do it 2 years early, and then you take a little bit of money off, but you're still getting a paycheck that you Might get to 64 and never see a paycheck at all if you don't get it your first year. But yeah, 63, and a month later you do the application after during that month that when I'll let the tire drop. And yeah, you gotta do that application during the first month of your, after you turn of age, and then it takes them another 6 months before you get a... It's WRWA 651, John and Rock Hill, and I get a paycheck, and I don't know what the heck to do with all the money every month. I don't need it, but I'm still getting it because it's mine.
Roger that. Well, if you get more than you need, I can bring a bucket down there and cut a slot at the top of it and let it sit there for a couple of months, and you can put what you don't need in it, and when it gets full, I'll come down and get it.
That's Roger. Well, you just bring that Ford pickup truck down here and park down here in my yard. Leave the keys in there. Yeah, and I'll send you a paycheck.
You ain't getting my burner. What I like to call it. It don't run just right all the time, but when that baby's running right, you can leave some people behind you. But I've tried to quit that. When I first got it, they was GMC Denali or whatever tried to pass me. Denali thing. And I hit the gas, and it wasn't just about, just a jiffy, and land on about 20. They got back behind me.
That's right on that 9-inch rear end, sure enough. Yeah, that cop figure, it'll be gone, no doubt about it. And then I'll be sitting there. Well, yeah, I just thought I'd tell you, it'll still be 6 months before you get your money, even after you do the application. And yeah, you can't do it before. That application that you did was null and void, and they just threw it in the garbage. Like, what is this guy doing? He's sending me stuff that is not even his birthday. And they just throw it in the garbage. And they're like, he'll call eventually and we'll tell him we threw his paperwork in the garbage. That's what they do. Sure enough, I know, because I know a friend of mine who works in that department, and that's what they say they do. You bring them paperwork too early, they just throw it in the garbage.
Roger that. Well, I didn't even get that far. The ID me thing, so you got to do that now. And you have to start out on your phone, so anyway, and the thing about it is, they could do this in a couple of weeks if they wanted to, but they got a good job, and they're making good money, and they don't care. They're getting paid, and our tax money is paying them, and it shouldn't take that long to be able to do something like that. We worked, paid our taxes all these years, and it's our money, so it shouldn't take that long to do it. But if we owed them that money, they'd be standing here beating on the door with a sack. Where's our money at? Where's our money at?
Oh yeah, you got that right, sure enough, too. And I can guarantee you one thing. When you go into one of those offices, they now have a police officer in there that's directing you to go where you're supposed to go. But the main thing is, when you talk to them people, you gotta talk to them people nice. Because if you don't talk to them people nice, they'll purposely take your application and just, when you ain't looking, just throw it in a desk drawer somewhere and let it sit in there for a while. And sure enough, dude, man, my buddy who works in there told me what they do. They're the king of the world, and you can't tell them nothing. And they do that stuff. If you get mad in there and they'll stick it in there and make it sit there for a week before they'll, it's in processing. Yeah, it's in processing in that desk over there.
Roger that. I'm not very good with paperwork and all that stuff, so when I make the appointment, and I hope that's not a problem, it shouldn't be, but like when I got on Medicaid, my sister got on the phone, and I had to talk to the lady on the phone to give her permission to talk to my sister about it. So my sister told me she'd go with me, and so when I make my appointment, I'm taking my sister with me because she understands all this stuff, and she knows how to deal with these people. And I'm easy to get frustrated, so if I take my sister with me and they'll let her help me, that'll make a lot of difference. She can stay calm when she needs to, but if she don't need to stay calm, you better get out of her way.
Comment. 9860 for the boys in Germany. Sid, you got the floor.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys for a few minutes. But Lee, no, you can't take your sister with you. Because if you talk about Social Security and all that, they only talk to you. WSFL 96.
I was afraid of that, but well, I don't know why they won't make this stuff so doggone hard for people to do it. You work all your life, and then you had to fight like a dog to get what you deserve. That ain't right. But that's the world we live in.
Oh, number one, they want to make sure that it's you. They don't want to make any mistakes. That's the reason. It's not that they're making it hard. I mean, you earn it, that's yours. But when you go apply, they want to make sure that you are you. And you cannot have any representation, from other people. You have to represent yourself. That's how it goes. Yeah. So, there's nothing to it. Don't worry about it. WSFL 96.
Roger that. Yeah, a guy I ate breakfast with at Gatsby or something. He actually bought my breakfast today. I didn't even know it until I started to leave. But, anyway, yeah, that's what he told me. He said he wasn't in there long. He ate all straightened out. So, I guess you just got to do what you got to do.
Lee, when will you be 62?
December 3rd. And they said I had to wait 30 calendar days before I could come apply.
Well, I know that's contrary to some of the rules that I'm reading online, and contrary to the way it was when I got mine. Of course, I've been retired a while. But rules online, everything says that you're going to fly up to 4 months before your birthday.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've done mine. I mean, Gary and I are same age, just a few months difference. And you can go in there, now, you don't get a check until, a month after your birthday. But when you go there, just answer the question. Don't add anything they're not asking. Answer the question. And don't add anything, don't let them know any more than what they asked for. But yeah, Gary's right. I remember I just went in there and, then they say, hey, you only got to wait 30 days after your birthday. That's all it is.
Roger that. My sister called the Social Security Administration, and she had her phone on speaker, and that's what the woman said I had to wait. Maybe they've changed the rules since y'all done y'all's, but I heard her tell my sister that I had to wait 30 calendar days after my birthday to come apply. And that's all we got out of it.
It's always 30 calendar days after you turn 62 before you get your first check. But I don't know what they're talking about on that. I mean, I didn't have no problem. I went into the Social Security office and chilled. But now they say you have to have an appointment. When I was over there the last time, they said they would stop a month after that or something. But they would stop taking walk-ins. It would be by appointment only. That you're going to make an appointment online. That's what I would do, make an appointment online. But yeah, you 30 days after you become eligible to draw before you get your first check. But all the rules, everything that I'm seeing, you can look up online, everything says you can apply up to 4 months before you become eligible. You just can't draw till you won't get your first check till after 30 days, or till 30 days after you turn 62 or become eligible.
All right, I got it online right here. The screen is right in front of me. You want to hear it? WSFL 96.
Yeah, lay it on me. I'll say this before I end the key, though. That woman told my sister that I had to wait 30 days after.
Man, you said that already 2 times. But here's what it says on the screen. Apply for Social Security benefits up to 4 months before you want your benefits to start at age 62. Your benefits will begin in the month after your 62nd birthday, unless you are born on the 1st or 2nd day of the month. You can apply online at ssa.gov. Very clear.
You have to get on your phone and go through this thing called ID Me. And you have to put a picture of both sides of your driver's license on. To the application. I could present and they could verify who I was. That ID Me that you have to go through
I've had to go through it a couple times doing something else online, but I've only run into it if I'm doing it online. If you go in person with your stuff to show who you are, your social, your birth certificate, some form of ID like your driver's license, or give the new one now. They're saying your driver's license is not a good ID. You have to have a real ID. But if you had that stuff and make an appointment and go into the office and get it started, because I got mine done before I ever turned 62, but I didn't get my check till I got it the month after I turned 62, and that's why I stayed at work until I got my first check till it went to bank, and that's when I quit.
Now, he's talking about different things, Gary. He's talking about ID. And I tell you one thing, I hope you have your North Carolina real ID that they've been talking about, I guess, since 2005. Okay? And, my wife applied for hers 2 years ago, all done online. And that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, you can call them up yourself and look it up, on your phone. I know you can get on the Facebook, so therefore you can get on online and check that. I read what is online just now to you. WSFL 96.
Yeah, I got the driver's license with real ID, but it's too late in the week now to start. But yeah, I'll talk to my sister over the weekend and tell her what y'all told me, and we'll go from there. Maybe we'll get it straightened out. As a teenager used to say back when I was in my early 20s and late 20s, it ain't that but a thing, so we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, the only thing I heard, a lot of people got it messed up. Nobody pays attention to their birth certificate. The name is used on their birth certificate. And a lot of times they found out that, your ID, your current ID name doesn't match with your birth certificate, or the name that's not matching to your Social Security, like the middle name, initial, and all that. Now that, that's going to give you a lot of problems, and that's what they're checking.
Roger that. Well, I've got a certified, it's not just a printed out birth certificate. I've got one of them down here somewhere, but the original birth certificate of when I was born, but when I went to gather the information to get my driver's license to get the real ID, I had to pay $10 to get a certified birth certificate. And it's back here in my safe in a folder, so I've got all that. But I'll talk to her again over the weekend or next Tuesday one, but she'll be gone after Tuesday. But we'll get it all figured out.
You can also use a passport.
Roger on the passport. I ain't got one of them because I ain't getting on no plane. And I sure ain't going over the water nowhere, so I have no use for a passport.
Well, that's true, but a U.S. passport issued by the federal government is a better ID than the driver's license from a state. It'll get you in anywhere.
after that, well, I got a question for Gary. Before he gets going, did you get my messenger message on your phone, Gary?
I did, and I answered you back. You probably just haven't seen it yet. Yeah, those are the same radios that I got. Yours has got bigger batteries. You've got a 3800 battery, and I think mine was 2800 or something like that. It's a little bigger than what normally comes with them. But yeah, mine didn't have the bigger batteries, and mine didn't come with the two speaker mics. But it came with the 2 antennas and everything.
Yeah, I was thinking, like you said, yours is pretty small, but them look like they was kind of tall radios, but, you know, sometimes a picture makes things look different, but, I've got like $104 built up on my Amazon card, but you gotta have it, I'll look it up, you gotta have it linked to your account somehow or another. And it explained part of the stuff it would pay for. I don't know if it'll even pay for them or not, but my sister-in-law knows all that because she's all the time buying Amazon stuff. I'm going to take my card over there Sunday and let her and my bill and let her look at it and see if I know she can figure it out. I hope that'll pay for them, but it still wouldn't be $60 for 2 radios and all that stuff that come with them. So I needed them like I need another whole head, but if I can get them paid for with my points, I figured they was pretty much free radios. If it don't, I'll just have to pay for them, but I hope my points will pay for them.
Yeah, those radios, the ones you picked out, have the bigger batteries. Now, if you look at the picture of the radio, at the bottom of the keyboard, from there down, is nothing but that extra battery. From the bottom of the keyboard to the top of the radio is the original radio. But you got the extended batteries which sticks out the bottom. And that radio is already a little bit bigger than the normal radio, bigger than the UV5R anyway. But yeah, and your points, all you have to do is when you get to checkout, the sister will show you how to do it right. But when you get to checkout, you just tell it to use your points, and they'll use it and they'll take it off.
Yeah, well, the only thing I didn't, which I don't get outside in the rain talking no way, but my Midland GXT 67 is waterproof. They say not to submerge it, but then they show a commercial about them on the Midland Owners radio group. The guy dropping one in a river, and I actually seen a video where a guy put one in a 5-gallon bucket. He called Midland and asked him could he freeze one, and they told him, yeah, go for it. If it bothers, they'd warrant it. And from what I understood, what he said, and he put one in a 5-gallon bucket, set it outside, and it didn't freeze solid. And he brought it in the house and busted the ice out from around it, got it out of the bucket, shook the water off of it, and turned it on, and then went to talking. So, but I ain't planning on getting out in that rain and talking much no way, but I just thought them were neat-looking radios. When I get them, I'll get up with you and let you program them. It's just like them you talked about. Got that one button you can push to enter another repeater if you want to. So I think I'll like them once I get used to them. But I'll have to get you to program them and show me how to work all that.
Yeah, they're good radios. I like mine. But like I say, yours will be a little yours be about an inch and a half longer than what mine is, because your battery, like I said, if you look at the picture, you can tell where the battery at the bottom of the keyboard, from that to the bottom of the radio is nothing but battery. That's that extended battery. On mine, from the bottom of the keyboard, that's as long as my radio is, because I don't have the bigger extended battery down through it. But they're good. They're not hard to program. The program will chirp, but and put on what you want them. But yeah, I'm like you. I don't really care if my radios are waterproof or not, because I'm not going to go out in the rain. Now, if I get caught in the rain and it ruins them, it just ruins them. I have no intentions of purposely being out in the rain or taking it in the shower with me to talk.
Comment?
Go ahead, comment.
Hey, I'm just on Amazon looking around right now. I was curious what exact radio model that is y'all are talking about. It's WSJX 513.
It's the Baofeng GM-5RH. Like, you can get them in pairs or you can get them in singles. But it's the Baofeng GM-5RH. And right now, without going inside the radio and modifying it or anything, it only does GMRS, and there's no way to unlock it.
10-4, that is in fact the exact radio model I'm transmitting on at this moment.
Yeah, roger that. And the dual band or tri-band, one of them is the GM-5RM, and I think Sid's got one of those.
I believe I do have the tri-band model as well. This one is actually the 5RH Pro, but they're all about the same. They just have different kind of software, quote-unquote, boundaries, essentially. But they seem to be a pretty decent radio.
Yeah, and I like mine. I found mine, and you can't find them now. That's what Lee's been looking for. And it's hard for people to believe it, but I can take a picture of the order and show it to you. But I found mine with on sale, 2 of them, with the battery and 2 antennas with each one of them. And it actually came in 2 separate boxes, just like you buy them one at a time. But I found them on sale, 2 of them, for $18.
That is an absolute steal. But it sounds like Lee got a fairly good price on his as well. I picked mine up from Hamfest actually about a month ago for I believe it was right around $40.
Yeah, I think Lee will enjoy them. They're a good radio, and like I say, for that price that I paid for it, if it hadn't been $18, I probably wouldn't have bought no more. Cause I'm like Lee says, I need more radios. I already got 4 or 5 handhelds now, but I got it for my granddaughter. I programmed one. I'm gonna give it to my granddaughter who lives down there close to Clover, South Carolina. Place where she lives, if power goes off, their house is sort of down in a hole valley. They have no cell service down in there, and so if her power goes off, she's got no way to communicate with anybody. So I got her one, fix it up and give it to her down there. But yeah, they're basically all the same thing. Yours is the Pro. It's got a couple extra things on it. Mine is just the 5RH. It doesn't have all that stuff on it. Sid's is the 5RM. It's the dual or tri-band part of it. But I was reading about mine, and I know how to go in there and do it. But it's like I was telling Lee. I said, mine, why I would ever need it, I don't know. I said, but these radios have built-in stopwatches.
357 is clear and listening.
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
It's WRWA 651, John and Rock Hill. Yeah, it's amazing when you go online and look at those products and, back probably about 6 months ago, I was looking into buying one of those blow-up floats that you fish out of, and the ones that got a motor mount and all that kind of stuff on them. You control the motor, a regular little small motor, and they're kind of like a Zodiac-looking thing.
Yeah, John, now that's like me. If I'm looking for something, I'm going to watch for the deals. I want something on sale. I hate paying regular price for stuff. But, I used to have an above-ground pool, and I know people have heard me talk about it. I took it down. And missed it this summer, so I kept watching for it. And Sam's Club had one on there, a real nice above-ground pool. They had it on there. It normally sells for around $700 to $800. They had it for $499 through the summertime. People saying that was a great deal. Then I saw somebody else post on there, and they showed the picture of it, and they said, this is the best deal on pools you will ever find. And it was the same pool. It's an 18-foot wide, 18-foot diameter round pool, 4 foot of water. Nice pool, comes with a pump, the filter, the ladder, the cleaning thing, and everything on it. But this other guy posted on there and said, now this is the best deal, so it had gone down to $399. I said, well, I'm just going to wait and see. So I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And then when the cool weather started coming in here a month or two ago, they went in there and dropped the price down. As soon as I dropped it, they dropped the price down to $299.